In this video, we're going to talk about graphing systems of equations. In order to be a system, that means instead of just graphing one equation, you have to be graphing more than one. So all of our problems today, we're going to be graphing two equations on the same grid. So if you look at our first example, it says y equals negative 2x minus 4 and y equals 1/2 x plus 6. So you got to remember slope-intercept form, which hopefully everybody remembers. That is y equals mx plus b. So on our first line, I'm going to do that in the color pink. The slope is negative 2, and the y-intercept is negative 4. So I'm going to graph that like normal. So I'm going to put negative 4 on the y, and then I'm going to think of my slope as a fraction. So that would be down to right 1. Down to right 1. Now remember, you can also do your slope backwards. So you can go up and to the left. So up 2 and to the left. Up 2 and to the left. Now when you're drawing in these lines, you want to make sure that you're drawing them as straight as possible. Okay, second line. On the second line, my slope is 1/2, and my y-intercept is 6. So for this one, I start on the y-axis at 6, and I go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Don't forget you can do your slope backwards, down and left, down and left, down and left. And then once again, you want to draw in a straight line. So how do you know what the solution will be? Well, the solution for a system of equations is the ordered pair for where the two lines intersect each other. So if you look, our two lines intersect each other right here at this green dot. So give me the x value and then the y value. So if I look at that, the x value is negative 4 and the y value is positive 4. So remember, the solution is where the two lines cross each other, that point. So let's go to the next one. My slope on the first one is going to be 2. I'll think of that as a fraction by putting it over 1. My y-intercept is 10. So graph 10 first. Now this time we don't have enough space to do our slope forwards, so you must do your slope backwards. So go down to left 1. And we're going to do that several times. And remember, we want to use something to help us draw in a straight line. Now on the second one, my slope is negative 1 over 4. And my y-intercept is 1. So I'm going to start at 1. Then I'm going to go down 1, right 4. And of course, remember, you could do your slope backwards. So I'm going to go up and to the left, up and to the left. Use something to help you draw a straight line. And then hopefully you're going to find the point where the two lines intersect. And our two lines intersect right here at this olive green color, which the x value is negative 4 and the y value is positive 2. Now pause the video and try this one yourself. got that one right, fabulous. If you did not get it right, make sure you put a star next to it so we can talk about it in class. Moving on. Okay, and example number 2, we run into a small hiccup because you're going to notice that not all of the equations are in slope-intercept form. So if you look at the first one, it's in standard form because x and y are on the same side. So our job is to first rewrite the top one into slope-intercept form. So to start that, you must always move the x over by adding or subtracting it. So when I move a positive 15x over, it becomes a negative 15x. Then you're not allowed to have a number in front of y. So in order to get rid of the 5, you have to divide it away. So remember to divide all terms. So y equals negative 15 over 5 will reduce down to negative 3x. And 25 over 5 reduces down to positive 5. And then my second equation is already in slope-intercept form, so I don't have to rearrange that one. But what do you notice when you look at these two equations? Well, does everybody notice that they both have a negative 3x? And then they both have a positive 5? So even though the second one is written backwards, they are both the same line. So if you have the same slope and the same y-intercept, that means that they're both the same line. So that means everything is an answer. So everything works. And if everything works, then that is what we call an IMS, for infinitely many solutions. And then whichever one you want to graph, you can graph. But if you're not sure, then you could always graph both of them, and then you would be noticing while you were graphing them that, oh, hey, wait a minute. When I graph them, they're actually going to be the same thing, the exact same line. And then you could also say IMS from that. So move on to the second one here. The first one, I have to start by moving the negative 2x over. To move a negative 2x, it becomes positive 2x. So you got y equals 2x plus 6. On the second one, you got to start by moving negative 4x over by adding it. So you get 2y equals positive 4x plus 8. Then you get rid of the 2 in front of the y by dividing it. So remember to divide all terms by 2. So y equals 2x plus 4. So if I graph my first one, I'm going to start at 6. And then I'm going to go up 2 over 1. And remember, you can do your slope backwards to draw in your line. And then the second one, we're going to start at 4. And then we're going to go up 2 over 1. And then I'm going to draw in my line. And when you look at this one, you're going to notice, oh, these two lines don't actually cross each other. They're parallel. Now, you can also get that if you remember from our last unit. The slope of the first one is 2x. The slope of the second one is also 2x. So if you have same slope and different y-intercepts, that means you're going to have parallel lines. And parallel lines never cross each other, so they have no solution. Okay, pause the video and you try these two. So hopefully you got these two. If you have any questions about it, make sure you star it so that we can talk about it later. Now, your job is to then take these 4 questions and complete these on your own for your homework. And I want you to come up with your answers, and then we will go over these and talk about these in our in-class in-person day. And that's how we'll also see how you did with the notes. So please give these 4 a try before you come into class. Thanks.